Are we started yet? I think we're live. Hey, great. I think we're live. I'm Jack Gately from Gately Academy, and I got an email yesterday. Good to be with you, Jack from Gately Academy. And just want to read this email to you. Really good question. It's about who can be the escrow agent if you're doing a for sale by owner deal. So this is a current deal right now. So I don't want to actually mention the name of the person who wrote me the email, but she says, "Hi, Jack. I just watched the video of how to make an offer in Massachusetts. Thank you very much. Maybe I'll link that up in the description below. Very informative. And thanks. Thank you. I have had an active broker's license for years, but I haven't been doing sales. I've only been doing vacation rentals. And that's fine. I mean, you have an active broker's license. There are tons of people who've never done a rental, and now all of a sudden they're faced with doing a rental. There's tons of people who have only done rentals, and now they're doing a sale. So, you can use your license in any number of different ways. But the important part is she's licensed as a broker, and her license is current, or what we call active here in Massachusetts. I found a house for a friend who wants to make an offer. It is also a for sale by owner, or FSBO, FSBO, for sale by owner. She is a cash buyer. I don't have a limited liability company. Here's the good news. You don't need a limited liability company. As a licensed and active broker, you can conduct yourself in the real estate field with your broker license only. You do not in any way, shape, or form need a limited liability company license. You only need an agency license, as we refer to it, if you want to hire agents. As a sole proprietor broker, you are allowed to conduct yourself and advertise yourself under your own personal name. You are also, and I think this is where maybe some of the confusion comes in, you are also allowed to hold escrow, of course, in a separate checking account, specially designated as the escrow account. So she writes on, I only have a website. So the question is, who does she make the $1,000 checkout? Which would be the traditional deposit. Usually you make the $1,000 deposit at the offer. Can it be made out to me, which means, well, not me, but can it be made out to her or the owner of the property, basically the seller? Well, that's a really good question. Here's the answer in a nutshell. Anybody can be the escrow agent on any deal as long as that person is agreeable to both the buyer and the seller. Now, traditionally, the escrow agent would be the list agency. But in this particular case, there is no list agency because the property is being sold by owner. So there is no list agency. Next option would be the attorney for the seller. The attorney for the seller, that would be also highly customary, either the list agency, which works for the seller, or the attorney for the seller. So if you should probably check to see if the seller has an attorney. I would feel more comfortable about having that $1,000 deposit being held in the IOLTA account of a Massachusetts licensed attorney rather than in the hands of the seller themselves. I'd rather have it be in that third-party bank account. Now, I know that lawyer works for the seller, but yet they have a higher duty, and their license is important to them, of course. So I'd rather it go, if at all possible, to the seller's attorney. However, if the buyer and seller can agree that you could be appointed as the escrow agent under your active broker's license, that would also be acceptable, but it would have to be agreed in writing by both buyer and seller. Also, we have a delayed closing until October 1st. I probably want to, I'm guessing this is from the Cape or some type of vacation area. She doesn't write where she's from, but probably some type of vacation type of thing or whatever reason. They don't want to sell it or close until October 1st. So how much should I put down with the purchase and sale? So as many of you know, there's a traditional, like, by the price range of this house is the property is about $500,000. So usually at that price range, you put down like $1,000 at the offer, and maybe another 9 or 14,000 more at the purchase and sale. And in this case, even though you're closing October 1st, you should kind of bang out this purchase and sale. As soon as you got the home inspection done, you should probably bang out this purchase and sale in the next like 2 weeks or something like that. Get that done and make that additional deposit. And again, now we're talking more money. Let's just call it 9,000. And I would feel much more comfortable that the attorney for the seller would be holding that rather than the seller themselves. And if you can have yourself be appointed as the escrow agent, I think that would be somewhat unusual, but entirely acceptable if both parties agree to it. You will, of course, also, there's a fourth person that could be the escrow agent, and that could be the attorney for the buyer. You're going to need a closing attorney. Here in Massachusetts, in order to consummate a real estate conveyance, you must have a Massachusetts licensed attorney. So there's another option, the attorney for the buyer. The attorney for the buyer is going to be the closing attorney, and even though they're paying cash, that could be that attorney. Again, as long as all the parties agree in writing to who the escrow agent is, doesn't really matter who it is. So hopefully that answers your question. And I'm glad you wrote to me. I'm really glad that you liked that video. Thank you so much. And hey, hopefully your deal will go well. Congratulations. And let me know how it works out. Talk to you later. I'm Jack from Gately Academy. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.